Hi everyone. I'd like to thank you for clicking on the link to watch my presentation. I know that we all worked very hard on this project. My name is Marley and my presentation is going to be on biotechnology. By the end of this presentation, I hope to give you a little knowledge on genetics, hematology, and microbiology and how they affect biotechnology and the rest of the medical industry. Our beginning topic, which I think most of you will find interesting, is genetics. Genetics is something you need to take a class on to have a very good understanding as to what it is. Simple answer is that it is your DNA and what makes you you. I'm going to get more into it though because I want you all to really understand that it is not as simple as it may seem. Genetics is our heredity, the biological processes behind it, and is essentially a map of everything that we are and tells the story of our being. Obviously, we get our DNA from our parents, and inside of our DNA, there are genes. Genes are what make up everything that you are, down to hair color, eye color, the pigment of your skin. Every little thing about you can be read in your genes. A normal person's DNA consists of 23 homologous pairs, which also codes for 46 chromosomes. The 23rd pair is your XY chromosome, which decides your gender. Did you know that the female egg only carries the X chromosome and it is the male sperm that carries an X or a Y? Therefore, if the sperm donates an X chromosome, you're going to be a girl, and if the sperm donates a Y chromosome, you would be a boy. A karyotype chart is a chart that shows an individual's homologous pairs, which we can use to determine if the person has any specific abnormalities, which are typically called a trisomy or a monosomy. Before I can explain what those are, I want you to understand that in each homologous pair, there are two chromosomes. A trisomy is when there is an extra chromosome, and a monosomy is when there is a chromosome missing. As you can see here in this karyotype chart, you can see that there is a trisomy on the 21st homologous pair, which actually tells us that this person has Down syndrome. Another karyotype chart here, and on this one, we can see that there is a monosomy on what is supposed to be the X and Y chromosomes. This indicates to us that this individual has Turner syndrome. Another interesting fact, Turner syndrome is when one normal X chromosome is present in a female's cells and the other sex chromosome is missing or structurally altered. The coding that lies in these chromosomes is so complex it has taken us many years to understand what it all means and what they code for individually. And even still, we don't know everything about them. By reading the coding on an individual's DNA, you can determine or pinpoint a disease or illness that someone may have. This leads us into hematology. Now, hematology plays a large role in biotechnology as well. It's the study of the physiology of blood. Cool fact that you may not have known before, your blood makes up 7% of your body weight, which does not seem like a lot, but it can range anywhere from 5 to 7 liters. There are many other diseases and illnesses that can be detected by hematology, such as anemia, hemophilia, and leukemia. We need blood to run through our bodies in order to maintain life. Blood helps us carry things such as vitamins, hormones, antibodies, heat, and oxygen to the body's tissues that they are needed in. It also helps us carry things away from our body tissues such as waste and carbon dioxide. There are 3 main components of blood, and they all have very special functions. First, we have plasma. This is the liquid component in blood that is made up of water, sugar, fat, proteins, and salt. Plasma makes up 55% of our blood. Next, we have white blood cells and platelets, which only makes up 1% of our blood. White blood cells, also called leukocytes, help protect our bodies from infection. We have much fewer white blood cells than red blood cells. Platelets, also called thrombocytes, are unlike red and white blood cells. Platelets are not cells, but rather small fragments of cells that increase blood's ability to clot. A high platelet count can cause unnecessary clotting, which can then lead you to having a stroke or a heart attack. Finally, we have red blood cells, which make up 44% of our blood. They are most commonly known for their bright red color. Red blood cells contain a product called hemoglobin, which helps carry oxygen from your lungs to the rest of your body and then returns the carbon dioxide in your body for your lungs to exhale. Some of this information you may already know from taking basic science classes, but I want to make sure that I'm giving you a thorough explanation. Why does this matter? Take a second and ask yourself these questions. How much do I really know about myself? Would it be possible to diagnose people without genetics and hematology? Genetics and hematology are both applied to microbiology, which can give us way more information about one person than you could ever possibly imagine. The main focus in microbiology is what the human eye cannot see, such as bacteria, viruses, and living things. Microbiology, therefore, is the study of microorganisms that affect every aspect of our lives. These little microbes are very important in our everyday lives as they play important roles in biotechnology. Every day, the research for microbiology continues to grow, and so many more important discoveries are being uncovered. Microbiology is not isolated to the study of the human body. It is also used in the food industry, pharmaceutical, ecological surveying, antivenoms, and much more. So, just to recap, genetics is based on heredity and the biological processes behind it. Your genes are what make up everything that you are, it's what makes you, you. By reading the coding on each of one individual's DNA, you can determine or pinpoint a disease or illness that someone may have. Hematology is the study of the physiology of blood, which makes up 7% of our body weight. There are many other diseases and illnesses that can be detected by conducting a hematology test. Hematologists specialize in diseases that are found in the blood and blood components such as anemia, hemophilia, and leukemia. Microbiology is the study of organisms which affect every aspect of our lives. The main focus in microbiology is on what the human eye cannot see, such as bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Microbiology is not just isolated to the human body, but is also used in the industry of food, in the pharmaceutical industry, ecological surveying, and tons more. Our medicine is advancing more and more every day. Genetics and hematology are only two of the largest areas of study when it comes to microbiology and biotechnology. They give us a better understanding of the way that the human body works and help our doctors diagnose patients. It is truly incredible the capacity of knowledge we have gained over the past few thousand years. As millennials growing up in this specific time period, we should be lucky that we are given such an amazing platform to grow on. Without an integral and in-depth understanding of microbiology, it would be extremely difficult to comprehend and apply genetics and hematology in the efforts of advancement. Microbiology is a huge part of today's medicine and helps bring us closer to the understanding of the human body and the way it works the way it does each day. Here are my sources and references. Thank you.